Good afternoon. Thanks everyone for coming. We'll get started here. General Manager Jarmo Kekalainen will make a couple of remarks, and then we'll turn it over to your questions. If you have, when you do have a question, just please raise your hand so we can give you a mic. Thanks, Jarmo.
Yeah, welcome everybody. Good day for the organization. Obviously, one of our priorities this off-season to get Seth signed and for long term. We feel that he's a huge part of the young core that we believe in moving into the future, and very happy to be done with this now and having him under contract for the next 6 years and part of our plan. If you have any questions, shoot.
Tom Reed, Columbus Dispatch. Welcome back.
Jarmo, with all the stuff that's going on out there, did you have any kind of knowledge or hear anything in the background about someone maybe making an offer for him, an offer sheet? Can you talk about that? Obviously, there's talk about that with Trouba being up in Winnipeg in the same situation. Had you had any kind of knowledge of that?
No, we had no knowledge. It's all speculation. I think the other situation, speculation as well. I think that everybody knew what our position was. Some people speculated on our cap room, but we had ways to get around it if somebody wanted to get silly, and we just wanted to make sure we get Seth signed, and it always takes time and you have to go through the process, but we were confident the whole time that it'll get done. We felt, and I can't speak on his behalf, I'll let him make the statement, but we always felt that he wanted to be here, and he likes Columbus and likes the Blue Jackets and likes the direction we're going to. So we were confident this was going to get done.
Seth, just a two-parter to follow up on what he said. Was there any thought in the back of your mind to let it go to July 1st and just to see if there would be offers out there? I think you were able to talk with teams. And the second part of it, now that it's done, does it give you peace of mind that it's over with and it doesn't drag into the season?
I had no thoughts of signing with another team. I really wanted to get something done before July 1st, and I enjoy being in Columbus. I was only here half a season last year, but I really like the way the team's going, and we have a good young core here. So I really did want to stay here and get something done. And then what was the second part of your question there?
There was just to get it done with now, as opposed to letting it drag into the season and maybe potentially getting messy as the year goes on.
Yeah, I did want to get it done and kind of get it out of the way and start focusing on the start of the season. I think the longer you drag it out, the more it becomes, maybe a problem in the locker room or something along those lines. But I did want to get it done as soon as possible.
Hey Seth, Craig Merz, NHL.com. That's what you're getting paid is number 1D money. How much has that changed the expectations and pressure on you?
Well, I think the expectations I have for myself are going to be very high next year, and I'm sure the staff and the players, my teammates are going to have high expectations for me as well. So I don't think it's any added pressure on myself. I think I'm going to come to camp ready to play and ready for the start of the season.
Jared in the back.
Hi, Jarmo, just if you could explain a little bit of the business side of the deal today announced with Fedor, what that allows you to do, why that was an important move for the franchise as well.
Well, now to know the number that we have Seth at is obviously a big deal. Now we know and can calculate and plan on whatever moves we need to make from now on into the season, and right after we got Seth done, we had to make the transaction with Fedor, and that's the unpleasant part of the business, and we thank Fedor for his services. He's a great teammate and a great guy, and wish him nothing but the best, but this needed to be done for our flexibility and for our plans moving into the future.
Just as a follow-up to that, you had mentioned previously about the number of young players in the system who are going to get a really good look in camp coming up. Is that a part of it? You have a lot of good young defensemen as well. Is this sort of looking at them as the opportunity might be theirs now for the taking?
Yeah, that has a big role in it too. We have 23 roster spots, and we have a firm plan on some players. We think that some players will make our team. Their play will tell us if they make our team or not. and what kind of an impact they will have on our team. And that's to be determined at training camp time. But obviously we have a firm plan in place on who we think will make our team, but that remains to be seen.
Jarmo, two parts here regarding Tootin. Did you ever come close to a deal to maybe move him? That would be part one. And two, beyond the financial flexibility, is this another, it's a step where you don't have to worry about with no movement clause and next year toward expansion, it's a veteran defenseman off the roster. Does that help you guys as well?
Well, no move clauses cannot be protected, or have to be protected, so they're automatically on that list. So then everybody can draw the conclusion from that the importance of those moving into the next year and moving towards the expansion draft. But I don't want to really speculate on whether we came close or not. This had to be done now because there was nothing else.
Seth, what does this stability mean to you? A year ago, you were in Nashville probably thinking you were going to be there a long time. Now you go into this summer, rest of this summer in camp, knowing you're going to be a Blue Jacket for a long time. What does that mean to you in terms of your preparation?
It means a lot. I think that now I know I'm going to be here for a long time, and I'm extremely happy about that. So, I haven't spent much time, but this summer I'm training hard, and like I said, I'm going to be ready for next season and the following seasons after that. I think we can only go up from here, and we're going to continue to grow as a team, and hopefully I'm going to continue to grow as an individual as well.
Jarmo, we've heard maybe Pierre-Luc in his ELC. Is that done yet, or where's the status of that?
July 1st, the first day that we can file those, so I'm anticipating that to be done in short order after that.
Jarmo, were there any other buyouts that were considered?
Well, we still have time, and again, this all ties into our plan and flexibility of other moves that we're trying to make to strengthen our team and keep the flexibility moving into the regular season to be able to make moves maybe at the right time during the year to strengthen our team. So we're still in the process of thinking and have a little bit of time left.
Seth, can you expand? You said you wanted to be in Columbus. Can you expand on that answer? Why do you want to stay here? Obviously, it's an organization that's still trying to turn the corner. If you maybe had some kind of options, but what do you see with this franchise that makes you optimistic that you wanted to, go 6 years with it?
Well, I think, from top to bottom and, from the staff to the players and the way everything's ran from what I can see so far, from what I've been here from last year, everything's, first class. And we didn't have the season we wanted to last year, but at the same time, like I said, we can only go up. So I love the core. We have a young group of guys, including myself, and we're going to continue to learn through this process. And each year we're going to, do our best to get better and leave it all on the ice.
Anyone else? Lori?
Jarmo, do you feel like now you have the flexibility you need to start the season, or should we anticipate you're going to be busy throughout the summer?
I guess you never have too much flexibility, but we know the cap number, we know where we're at, and we know what we need to do. And if there's an opportunity, then you might, at that time, need to make a move to make it work. But we don't have any cap problems. We have what we believe is a good core. I think we have a good team too. I've said it a couple times now at the draft and a few times when I've talked to you guys that I believe in our team. We had a terrible season. We're going to learn from it. We're going to be better because of it, and we're gonna show everybody that on the ice. It doesn't matter what I say or talk here. It's on the ice where we have to show it. But we're a much better team than what we showed last year. I believe in that. I think we'll be better because of our young players growing together to become a team that can actually compete for playoffs and compete for Stanley Cup.
Seth, out of curiosity, have you heard from any of your teammates since this has happened? I mean, I know some of them are in town with you, so.
Yeah. A lot of my teammates here have obviously congratulated me and And texts have kind of been rolling in all day from people in my past and teammates, past teammates and obviously present here.
Who was the first?
The first?
Yeah.
And they all kind of came in at the same time. I don't.
You were on the ice today. Did you work out with some guys here today?
I did, yes.
Who was the group that you worked out with?
Doobie's here, Bull's here right now, and then this week I'm staying with Booner, so he's been here.
Today, did you let him in on the good news?
Well, yeah, it kind of came out. I mean, I got to the rink and worked out, and then it kind of came out right after that, so it wasn't really a secret.
Dinner's on you tonight, in other words?
Yeah, I've already gotten that quite a bit, so.
Jarmo, just the thinking on Chaput and, not qualifying those guys, the two guys?
Well, some of those decisions go into the plan of 50 contracts, contract room, making sure that there's flexibility there as well. Chaput's been a great soldier for us for many years. I think just because of the work he's put in, he deserves to have a fresh start and an opportunity to start fresh somewhere else where he might have a better chance of getting a full-time job in the NHL, which is his goal. But again, I don't want to speak on his behalf, but he was great for us. He was a big part of winning the Calder Cup in Cleveland. I think he deserves a fresh start, and we wish him the best of luck. And sometimes with the other decision, it's just the way your depth chart evolves, and guys you have coming in, you want to make sure that they get enough ice time and a role on our depth chart, whether it's here or in Cleveland. And you have to make decisions on who you're going to sign and who you're going to let go. And I think that we have an adequate amount of good young defensemen in Cleveland, penciled in for Cleveland, and on our depth chart now, so that resulted in letting Michael Paliotta go into the free agent market.
Jared?
Specifically on your young defenseman at Lake Erie, Werenski was playing college hockey a year ago and came on board and had a very nice run with Lake Erie. Where do you size up his chances of making this roster?
Well, I think Zach Werenski will show us with his play come fall time, but I'd say that there's a very good chance that he makes our team and a good chance that he makes our team better based on his performance in the playoffs with 14 points in 17 games. But again, this is the NHL here, and he's playing against the best players in the world next year, starting from training camp and the exhibition games. So his playing those games will tell us where he's at, but I think there's a good chance he'll make our team.
Jarmo, presumably you talked to Fedor, and what did he say? And I assume that he accepted the buyout.
Yeah, I talked to him. Like I said, he's a good player, but even a better person, and I have nothing but respect for him. And I think that we parted ways in good terms, and he understood our decision and appreciated everything that he got here, and we wished him the best of luck, and that was about it. But he was as polite as he always is, and as much of a gentleman as he always is, and I have even more respect for him now than I did this morning.
Okay, great. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.